Hey guys, Canadian Range Nut here. It is Monday, May the 30th. So, as I said in my podcast yesterday, if you haven't heard what Trudeau has decided to do with the gun legislation, I'm going to play you a very brief clip from it. I will post the entire press conference in the description section. So if you do want to check that out, it is 56 minutes, but it is quite long. But I'm going to give you the main part of it, and then we can just discuss it.
Last summer, during the campaign, some politicians said they would make assault-style weapons legal again. Not only did we stand up to them, but we promised to go even further to protect our communities. We proposed to invest to help provinces and territories put restrictions on handguns within their jurisdictions. However, in our discussions with law enforcement, advocates, and experts, it became apparent that we needed a different solution. So we decided to take a new route, something that would tackle this issue at a national level. And so today, we're moving forward. We're introducing legislation to implement a national freeze on handgun ownership. What this means is that it will no longer be possible to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns anywhere in Canada. In other words, we're capping the market for handguns.
All right, I'm going to end it there before I get sick to my stomach here. So straight from the horse's mouth again, you won't be able to purchase a handgun, transfer it. They won't be importing any more handguns from the States. So I'm just going to give you a truncated version of this. Some of the other things they mentioned, they're going to use a simplified red flag system to easily and quickly confiscate guns from licensed owners. So for example, like if you had, if somebody, this thing does kind of make sense. If a person had a record of domestic abuse and stuff like that, they'd be able to take their guns. The only issue I have with that, though, is right now we already have something like that in place where you can actually call the Canadian Firearms Program if you think someone is a risk to themselves or others, and then the RCMP will follow up with them. There's going to be new prohibitions on air guns. The Liberals are going to require long gun magazines to be permanently altered so that they can never hold more than 5 rounds. And it's not quite clear what they're going to do with tube magazines in shotguns and lever guns. So that sounds like a lot of fun. So some of the different pro-gun advocates are basically saying if there's a handgun you've been thinking about, you might want to buy it now. Doesn't mean you're going to be allowed to keep it, so nobody knows for how long you'll be able to keep it. That's for sure. And I told you guys I just ordered myself a Ruger Wrangler. Now I'm kind of wondering myself, is the transfer of ownership even going to take place? My recommendation for you guys, most gun owners do vote conservative, but I have a feeling this stuff is going to come into play before he's even taken out of Parliament. Because again, the Liberals and the NDP have that coalition that they decide to do together. And obviously the NDP is going to support whatever they decide to do. Make sure if you're in Ontario, make sure you vote conservative. Obviously, when the next federal election does come up, make sure you vote conservative as when. Make sure vote conservative when the time comes. It's a very disturbing development here, because again, during the press conference he had brought over a few anti-gun advocates, ones who had lost family members in crossfire of gunfights and things like that. Not really much mention of illegal firearms. They mentioned they're going to try to avoid smuggling at the border and stuff like that, but their first priority was stopping the sale and transfer and importing of legal handguns. So my opinion is I think this is just the first step to them taking all of our guns. You can say I'm being paranoid or whatever, but you know what? Look at what's happened during the last 2 years. If I told you 3 years ago that we were going to shut down an economy because of a virus, people would have thought I was crazy. Okay, so I just think it's something to be aware of. I don't really know what we can do about it. I mean, I guess we can contact our MPs, tell them how we feel. But this is a very disturbing development because they're not just going to stop with handguns. They're going to go to long guns eventually. I actually just ordered some more ammo for myself for my 9mm because I'm sure there's going to be some stock issues with that now once everybody starts hearing about what's happening here. Again, feel free to post anything you want to say in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. It's interesting to hear your side of the story. It's good to get a good debate going too, but I'm pretty sure there's not going to be much of a debate from all of us. We're kind of all on the same side here. Just very disturbing, and not even mentioning of minimum mandatory sentencing for like violent gun crimes. But again, like I said, I'm gonna post the link in the description. You guys can check out the link for yourself. It is a 56-minute long press conference. It's also in French as well in some points of it. So you're going to have to skip through it like I did. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for tonight, guys. I hope you have a good night. And please remember to like or subscribe if you found any value out of this. And we'll talk to you soon.